Hi, welcome to makeabigtraining.com. I'm Rich Sayer.
And I'm Stu Hayes.
And today we're going to look at the journey to success for an entrepreneur. Specifically, we're going to look at what it takes, what's involved in that journey, and being prepared. Stu?
Well, that's right. Now, for a lot of us, me included, when I look back to the very start of my entrepreneurial career, I guess I thought that when I was a business owner, I would have holidays, I would have time, I would have freedom, cars, all these types of things.
The dream.
Correct, the dream. But in reality, it hasn't really worked like that, or it doesn't work like that until the business is very successful.
My very wise father would say, if success was easy, everyone would be doing it.
So what we'd like to share with you right now is some insight into what the approach is, or what actually happens as you start going through the journey of growing a business to a successful level.
Fantastic. Look, in my experience, you have a great idea, you're committed to yourself first and foremost, and you're committed to executing your idea and being a success. And then you have to begin. And there is a very long journey between an idea and a profit. And that journey is one step at a time. And because it's your idea, or in my case, my idea, I'm the one who has to walk that path and start with each step. And it takes time. And when I say it takes time, it takes a lot of time. It consumes time, Stu.
That's right. And you know, Rich, when you talk about taking time, for me, it's actually, what that means is it's coming home from work and finding the energy to sit down after dinner and get on the internet and research and create and author and make telephone calls, and to find the time during lunch hours and vacations and holidays to actually get out there and push and push and push to grow and create something that doesn't exist.
You've used a couple of words there that were foreign to me for quite a few years. That's vacation and holiday, Stu. When I started my business, which is now reasonably successful, it just put massive hours. You know, I didn't have the capital to hire a lot of people to do the work, so I had to do it myself. A lot of entrepreneurs find that they have to start small and be lean and keen to get the job done and to get that growth happening in their business before they can start to sample the rewards of the success.
Well, two things come to mind when you talk about that, Rich. The first one is that no one ever works harder than the business owner.
It's true.
And that's the case all the way from the very start until the business is flourishing, and it may be a multinational business with many staff. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that for many small to medium-sized business owners that own a business, actually the business owns them. And this is an area of study that we will explore in other episodes about how to get balance between those two things, because you're so driven by the business and you're wanting the success for the business that other areas of your life can suffer, and work-life balance. But we won't cover that today.
The second thing that came to mind when you mentioned that earlier is actually a really important distinction that you need to make, and that is, do you really want your business to be a hobby, or is it something that you want to grow to a point where it can generate substantial cash flows, employ people, and you full-time? Now, obviously, how much time you're going to invest when you're working for someone else is going to change, because whether it's a hobby or it's something that you're very committed to for the rest of your life makes a huge difference.
Stu, I think you've actually touched on something that I didn't expect to go to, but let's go there. Knowing why you're starting the business, or having the end game in sight, actually might determine the time and energy that you put into it. For instance, if you're going to start a business that you want to sell in 3 years, you might go nuts and put in massive time in those 3 years because you have a defined exit strategy. If you're working 120-hour weeks, as I've discovered, that's not sustainable. And you're going to get burnt out. So you need to have that balance in mind, but certainly at the front end of the business, you're going to be putting in the effort, and there's no escaping that. Now, we don't say that to discourage you from starting a business. In fact, it's to encourage you so that you don't get disheartened when you start going, boy, should it be like this? Yes, it should be. And, you know, for many people starting a business, if they're digging for gold, they might dig and they've dug down a couple of meters and they haven't hit any gold yet, and they're thinking, am I digging in the right place? Look, persevere. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a lot of holes in your backyard and no gold. You've got to persevere with the business and keep pushing and putting in that time and effort to get to the point of success.
And also realize that it is absolutely possible. You know, I can tell you from my experience, I've started 5 companies whilst I was the chief executive of another business. Now, as the chief executive of a company, my priority with my time and my focus and energy is the business that I'm the CEO of, which means that I'm going to be working 50, 60 hours as a minimum each week. Finding the time to come home and build something that can be sold, exited down the track, or create value is hard, but it's possible.
You know what? We would love to hear about your business ideas and the time and energy that you're putting in. Please do send us your comments, ask us some questions. We'd love to come back to you with our thoughts on your business idea. Stay tuned for more information like this at makeitbigtraining.com. Stu, it's been great.
It has.
We look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks.